Hey, good evening. I wanted to make another video. Been doing some soul searching and also been taking some time to myself after I get done with all the daily grind and all of that good stuff. And I've been reevaluating my priorities. I've been going through my friends lists and my followers on Twitter and on Instagram, on my Instagram accounts and all of that. I've been cleaning up those lists. I've been leaving a lot of groups. Been leaving the ex Jehovah's Witness groups on various forums. There's so many that I joined some years ago where I haven't been active, but I'm making my way through deleting and leaving and even deleting folks off of my friends lists, people that are a little shady or come across a little sideways towards me. Go ahead and I go ahead and set them free. And this is the reason why I have decided to no longer support any ex Jehovah's Witness activist groups or protest groups. I definitely will not be going and joining any protests. I had thought about that some time before. I was open to that. I even was very close to actually going to a couple of these uh, protests, but after having done some research and experienced a few things, I have decided for myself I will no longer open or even entertain that idea. Now, if you haven't heard of Tanacon and you are a protester or you are thinking about going out there and protesting, you've been crashing carts and things like that, you might want to look up the Tanacon scandal and learn from Tanacon. It is wow. Wow. Someone sent me this piece of info while we were talking about all of the troubles within the different ex Jehovah's Witness activist groups. And we all know some of those troubles. And in the process of that conversation, I was told about Tanacon. Tanacon, I'm still researching on it. It's a big doozy. Tanacon apparently was a YouTuber that wanted to set up uh, or organize a convention or a gathering of sorts, organizer, right? And this is calling a group of people together for a specific cause, which goes right in line with what the ex Jehovah's Witness activists and protesters are doing. Well, there were a lot of the same problems that we are seeing in the ex Jehovah's Witness community and in those groups. Same problems. Can we learn from other people's mistakes? I sure will. I don't know about you, but I am. Because this was some terrible stuff that went down. Google that sometime, get the keyword Tanacon scandal, and check out everything that's out there. You have a lot of info there. In a nutshell, what happened was that this person Tana, some YouTube star, I've never heard of her, okay, but evidently a lot of people have heard of her enough to where she didn't like VidCon. VidCon is a convention, a yearly convention, I think, and they feature YouTube creators, and all of the fans can come see them, and it's an organized thing. Well, for some reason, she didn't like VidCon anymore. Maybe they were doing some shady things, I think, to YouTubers, is what I've gathered. And so she wanted to do her own, which was Tanacon. So she told her followers and her YouTube subscribers that, hey, you guys, we can make our own and it'll be free. And so people started latching onto it. And lo and behold, she set up right down the street from the other convention there that she was not very happy about, that she was no longer a part of. And the hotel there was only able to hold 1,000, but 20,000 showed up, and she sold 5 to 20,000 tickets. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because when the proverbial feces hit the fan, when the proverbial feces hit the fan, folks, No one was in charge. Oh, it's just a concept. The same exact thing we are hearing in these other places. It was just an idea. It was just a concept. Anybody could have come. Anybody is welcome. It's all inclusive. It's not really one person in charge. And then you had these shady unknown vendors and service providers, shady companies like Good Times Company, which no one really knew who ran it or what it was about. Something that just popped within the next several months, popped up into existence, fly by night type of things. Yeah. So this guy here, I think he's a YouTuber too, and he had a huge following. He's got millions of folks on him. 16, as you can see, 16 million subscribers. None of the ex Jehovah's Witnesses have this kind of following. But everybody is trying to get a lot of subscribers. You're trying to get to this level, and I'm letting you know this is what you're going to have to deal with. This is the kind of stuff you are going to have to deal with. And this guy, when you watch the video, he truly regrets. He truly regrets putting his face to it. He didn't research everything. He bought into, well, nobody's in charge. Anybody can join this little Larifari thing. And people stood in line for hours and hours. They fainted. They had sunburns. They had riots. It was 20,000 people, and the place could only hold 1,000. Why were all these extra tickets sold? And then they weren't free. People were paying money, $65 or more. There were no free tickets. So all of these people got mad because they came from all over the country, plane tickets, and some of them might have even come from overseas. That's expensive. And you're standing in line, and then the thing is canceled because it's too many people. Why? Because number one, this Tana person did not prepare fully. She didn't know what she was doing. An event like that takes at least a year or a year and a half to prepare and research, and she wasn't doing that. She was caught up in it. She put this stuff together in all of 3 to 4 months. And then unsafe conditions. You hear me? Unsafe conditions. There's a lot of trouble you can get into, and you can end up being very regretful for having put your name on a group or on a gathering or an organized group gathering or protest, and it has these problems and these scandals. You can't undo your name from it once you're in it, and that's why I decided no more, no more. And I'm just going to put this out here, the real truth about Tanacon. Check it out. You need to really check it out if you're going to want to stay on top of things. But I highly doubt that most ex-Jehovah's Witnesses will even worry about this, because it's all about social proof and emotional-based decision making when it comes to ex-Jehovah's Witness community. And I think about 80% of the folks are just enmeshed with each other and triangulated. It's a quagmire and a cesspool of enmeshment. There's no boundaries. People don't have any conception of boundaries in the ex Jehovah's Witness community. You already have sexual predators at these events. You already have infighting at these events. You got people that are trying to start their own thing at these events. They're not really here for that particular group as much as they are to get a following for their particular grassroots startup. And you have sex workers trying to make a dime off of folks in the middle of all this. You have churches coming in here trying to recruit. I mean, really, you have to you have to take a look at this in a serious way if you call yourself any kind of activist or protester. But in any case, the real truth about Tanacon, you need to check it out. This guy truly regrets. He says he truly regrets having been put his name on it. He didn't research it. Hindsight is always 20/20, folks. And like I said, it was supposedly free, but then it wasn't free. And, then when she was put to task, oh, well, I'm not in charge. It was somebody else, or nobody's in charge, or whatever. All of these word salads, all of this fluff. And this fluff did not help her. As you can see, when you put in Tanacon, you're going to see tons of results. You see, and she's had to backtrack. She had a long silence on YouTube, so Tanacon is shut down following thousands of fans showing up, and she is trying to, not really take responsibility. Well, I think part of it was also the Good Times Company, and this is where I was talking to you about social perception and social responsibility. Even though the company, Good Times Company, was the one selling the tickets, I don't know if she had, if she was on it or she's with the company. That's another thing. Nobody freaking knows who's this company. It's some kind of company, and we have these folks that are service providers and vendors or whatever in different groups, and nobody really knows them. Fly by night types of things, and this is what is happening. They went after Tana. They went after her directly because she was on the face of it. Whether she had responsibility in overselling tickets or not, they went after her. And that's what I'm telling you, is that I don't want my face on any kind of group or any kind of protest gathering or activist gathering that ends up turning into a scandal, and then I live with regret, and my name and face is damaged and my reputation is damaged because of foolishness and ignorance of the folks who organize these protests and gatherings and groups. So I'm going to leave that with you. Check it out. Tanacon. Also put in Tanacon scandal. I'm going to upload the real truth about Tanacon so you can take a look at the video. Stay safe, people. It's not worth it, really. I've really decided I'm going to pull back from a lot of this stuff. I might still do some videos this summer, but I think the remainder of this summer all the way through Christmas, I'm going to be taking things in a different direction. I've got a couple of my own ideas, but stay safe, people. Stay sane. Do your research. Don't think you have it all together. Don't trust people just because they're your buddy, because you can still get in trouble. This guy was good friends with Tana. They were very good friends. And this can still happen to you. All right, folks, have a good one. Take care.